This is Turin Classic.
Turin
Classic. The
Classic.
128 core.
128 core.
Yes, I can.
Not dense.
Not dense. This is the dense.
Dense. Wow.
And that's 192 cores, and this is 128 cores.
Both dense.
No, this one is the classic. This is 128 cores Zen 5.
Okay.
This is 192 cores Zen 5C.
Oh, Gen 5C.
Yes.
The 16 CCD.
CCDs, 12 CCDs.
12 CCD.
So 16 CCDs with 8 cores each. 12 CCDs with 16 cores each.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
16 by 16 and 16 by 8.
Yeah, 16 by 12.
60 by 12.
And this is 16 by 8.
16 by 8.
Yes. 150 billion on this one, and about 136 billion on this one. Somewhere thereabouts.
So size
We
is
stopped counting after 150 billion. We got tired.
so I think package size is same as the previous one. So same SP5.
Yeah, same SP5. Yeah,
Same socket.
Same socket. And also IOD is also same as the previous one.
no new IOD because
New IOD.
Yeah, because we had to go up to DDR5 6400. So we had to, and then to go up to DDR5 6400, we had to increase the bandwidth between the IO die and the CCDs. So yeah, it's a new IO die.
So I mean, Infinity Fabric is also
Yes.
more higher frequency.
Yes.
I see. New die, but physically same. So
Yeah, the IO die in both of these are the same, Zen 5 and Zen 5C. They're exact same IO die. Only the CCDs are different.
No. My question is also size of IODs.
I think this IOD size may be different.
Different.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Between Zen 4 and Zen 5. Yeah, it's not the same IO die, so may look about the same, but it's a little different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understand. 6 nanometer on the TSMC.
The IO die is 6 nanometer. The Zen 5 CCD is 4 nanometer. The Zen 5C CCD is 3 nanometer.
It was with Zen 4C that, with Zen 4 that you had Zen 4C, and now we're on Zen 5. And from memory, it was Zen 4 that you had this incredible jump in performance. It was like 100% in like one generation, which is like, normally it's much, much smaller than that. And at the time we were talking about, I think from memory, 15 Intel servers could be replaced with one from AMD or something like that. It was or maybe 5. It was just you could replace a whole.
It was a 5 to 1.
Yeah. It was anyway, whatever it was like a huge amount of space that you could save in data centers and huge amount of power. And of course, at the time, power was expensive. I don't think the prices have come down for power. Probably gone up.
Yeah.
And so, and at the time, I remember remarking that, that this could represent quite a super sales cycle, because who wouldn't want to upgrade their data center, get all this space back, and 20% less power or whatever it was. Now that we're at Zen 5, we saw in the slides that it's 1,000 Intel Xeon servers can be replaced with 161.
131. Yeah.
131. Whatever it was still 131 is even
7 to 1. It's
pretty,
7
yeah,
to
that's
1.
right. 7 to 1. It's even better than 161.
Yeah.
So I mean, what was sales like last time? Was there a super cycle? And for those that, for whatever reason, didn't, I mean, there must be a huge pressure of benefits to upgrade this time. I mean, this time there's must be a huge super cycle about to be unleashed in 2025.
I think you see that reflected in our market share, right? 34%, and growing. If you see, we got traction in the last couple of generations at the big hyperscalers, where we are already a majority of their share, right? You heard Meta say 1.5 million CPUs, just one customer buying 1.5 million.
Incredible. Yeah.
So we had great success there, because for them, it's very obvious the performance and TCO benefits. They see it, they control the software stack. It's very quick and easy for them to adopt it.
Yeah.
And so they did so. It took us a little longer in enterprise because enterprise is there's inertia, there's a lot more
Sweating of
involved.
their assets.
Yeah. So, but I think even there, it's getting hard to ignore, especially because there's software licensing costs involved. They want to do more without increasing the cost of all of their overall TCO. And so we are starting to see a nice uptick in our enterprise market share. And I think that one's just beginning. And I think there's a lot of momentum there.
So I think so, you achieve a 5 gigahertz so in some SKU. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good, but TDP is also going up. So top SKU is a 500. So
It is not going up, right?
Oh, really?
The 5 gigahertz part, which is a 64 core part, in Genoa, we have something called CTDP, configurable TDP.
Yeah.
In Genoa, it was between 320 watts and 400 watts, and we have not changed that.
Yeah.
We kept it the
64 cores is still
So,
100.
so it's still between 320 watts and 400 watts.
So if you look at 500, right, when we shared the OPN list, there are only a couple of OPNs. How many OPNs at 500?
Two, right?
Two OPNs at 500. Everything else
The
is 400.
Okay.
the highest core counts will need the TDP. When you give
Yeah.
192 cores or 128, you will need the 500 watts.
But trend itself is in a growing up. So in a TDP,
Yeah.
so it's TDP growing up is pretty
TDP
good.
is
Yeah, for
growing.
performance side. So but in a summer side is a pretty big impact.
Yeah.
So you mean maybe so water cooling. So blah blah blah. So new summer solution for that. So
Yeah. On this one, right, we are still air cooled, 500 watts, but some of our customers do liquid cooling.
The French company.
OVH.
OVH, yeah. They do a whole stack of water cooling.
Yeah, and we support that.
They were showcasing a big installation in Sydney, and it was like
know.
cool inside. I mean, it wasn't hot and cold. It gave us the whole spiel. It was incredible.
Yeah, and we support our customers on liquid cooling, but we do not require liquid cooling. So that's kind of how we look at it. And if you look at a range of TDPs, we offer SKUs all the way from 155 watts to 500 watts. So some of our customers are in constrained data centers where they have 8 kilowatt racks, and they can buy servers lower down the TDP stack. And we have others. Some of our hyperscalers, for example, tell us, do not constrain us on TDP because if you can deliver more performance than the power you add, then it's still worth it, is what they tell us.
a choice of also customer. So
Yes.
I understand.
I have one question. So this is around, I think I saw yesterday's one of the presentations. So this was about, how EPYC CPUs can be used for running NVIDIA GPUs, right?
Yeah.
So very interesting. Do you think like soon AMD CPUs will power NVIDIA GPUs, or will they do it vice versa? Or, do you see any synergy? I mean, I've seen everybody's going towards like competition, like we are better. It's a very open market. There's collaboration.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking out of the box. Will you guys, partner with NVIDIA if this happens in synergy that happens?
I mean, we already are, right? That's why if you look at if you actually went to the demo showcase, there was an MGX, micro MGX system that we actually collaborated with NVIDIA on. I think we would ideally we have Instinct, it's a great product. We have EPYC, it's a great product. Now, as AMD, we'd want customers to consume everything AMD, and that's great. But at the end of the day, we also want to respect our customers' choices, and our customers make different choices for different reasons, different software stacks they have, and we will support them fully. We believe in keeping it open, right? We do not want to force our customers down, force choices down our customers. We want it to be open. And so, so we will continue to support an open ecosystem. And you see this reflected even in our Instinct strategy with the networking, right? This is why we're doing Ultra Ethernet. We're trying to make sure people aren't stuck to proprietary solutions. So you'll continue to see us push open standards, open solutions, and interoperate with vendors across the industry.
Okay, so Genoa era, so you have Genoa and Bergamo and Siena, so it's a totally different components so there. But this time you have also classic and dense. So what is the situation is changing? So between to 4th gen and 5th gen. So
I think it's just this time. Last time, if you look at it, Genoa launched first, and then Bergamo launched later. Although they were both SP5, right? this time we decided we'll do a single launch, single OPN stack. And I mean, different customers pick different OPNs.
Oh.
Some of the OPNs are dense, some of the OPNs are classic, but it's 100% software compatible, right? It's the same core. So we just felt it was easier and simpler for the customers.
There was a lot of feedback from customers that they
Yeah.
wanted them at the same time, together.
Okay, so
They didn't want to wait.
a little bit complicated. So.
Yeah, it was complicated because, again, think of it from a system builder perspective. They first have to qualify Genoa, then they had to go qualify the next one. So we wanted to make life easier for our customers.
So one is SP6 possibility. So for Turin.
Yeah, so we won't talk about any future products, but all I'll say is if you were in the press briefing, there was a chart where we had a dotted line saying future products,
Yeah,
but we're
future
not ready
products.
to talk about any of that today. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm not just listening, but there was a lot of talk about, Meta and OpenAI and certainly Azure and Oracle, but I didn't see one name, which was sort of AWS, so I don't know if I just missed it, but I did do a search to see is AWS using EPYC, and I can see there it is, but then I also see people saying, that there aren't enough EPYC instances and that, some, like a sort of conversation where people talking about the M7A.
Yes.
And somebody recommended they should use this other one instead that would select between Intel or AMD. That indicated that there was maybe a scarcity of AMD instances available in AWS. Is that, am I maybe missing something?
Yeah, from everything we're saying, right, M7A, there's lots of end customer demand for that.
Okay.
If you look at the price performance of M7A, it's actually pretty spectacular. So I don't know about any shortages, but that I don't have insights into how Amazon deploys across different regions and where there may be more instances and where there may be less. So can't comment on that, but we've seen pretty healthy interest in that M7A instance because of the price performance.
Yeah, terrific. So in fact we have Microsoft and OCI, but not AWS, there's no...
No, I mean it's, and again, different customers ramp at different times and are ready at different times, so yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So this is like around the, I think the performance in these EPYC that was 67% over TCO
Yeah.
and 4x faster TCO. Shows that like Intel's Granite graphics is no longer the top content. So is there any particular reason like why this Intel was chosen or
So I think we did not compare to Granite Rapids. If you looked at all of our comparisons, we compared to Emerald Rapids because that's the only platform that's available in the market, and every number we showed there was a measured number. Right. So now Granite Rapids, until we get platforms, we won't be able to do direct comparisons. We can only infer. I mean, some of the reviewers have Granite platforms and they have published numbers today, and so we seem to look pretty good, which makes me happy. But until we get platforms, we have no way of verifying. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the Phoronix benchmarks that got released.
Yeah. According to Phoronix, he said we're on an average was 40% better on a GeoMean test on Turin versus Granite, which is great. Good. I'll feel even better after we get platforms and test it on our own. Yes.
And this time you have a support, so 6400 mega transfer, so DDR5, but your competitor supports so MC DRAM, so
MCR.
MCR DRAM, so
Yes.
the new MCR DIMM, so
Yes.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think of MCR DIMM, so possibility for AMD in the future?
So our focus is on industry standards, right? And as you know, in JEDEC, AMD was one of the advocates of MRDIMM as a JEDEC standard, and that is what we are interested in. MCR, because it's proprietary, because it's vendor specific, we are not really interested in supporting that. There could be some niche usages, but our focus is on industry standards.
I see.
So that's why RDIMM up to 6400, it's an industry standard, we'll support that. Anything beyond that, we will make sure things get standardized through the right standards bodies, and then make a decision on supporting.
I see. So you mean 12 channel DDR is enough for users?
So again, no direct measurements. The only only performance numbers I've seen with MCR DIMMs is on Phoronix. And overall, on most of the benchmarks, we seem to be doing really well, even with DDR5 6000 actually, because his tests were at 6000. So yeah, I think we seem to have pretty good leadership even without it. But once we get platforms, we'll bump it there.
I see.
But I'm always thinking of, creative things long before AI come onto the scene. When Apple had the gold iPhone, I thought of the gold finger song and I called it Gold Ringer, and I rewrote the whole song. And when you were talking about TDP, I was thinking of that song. You know the OPP? No, you know the OP. So someone should rewrite it. You know the TDP. And it would be fun. It would be fun. I was looking at the lyrics and I was like, I didn't realize that's what the lyrics meant when I was a kid. Because the OPP, the P, the P is something like for adults. So you might want to be careful with that one. But it would be cool. You would cause some waves. Cause some waves.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll see if I can rewrite it for you and send it to
now
Gareth.
I got this in my head. Every time I think of TDP, I'm going to think of it.
The OPP.
Yeah, TDP is TDP.
Well, and the funny thing is, I think I'm probably the first person in all these years to have actually brought it to someone's attention, and now it's an earworm. Oh boy. We gotta go, yeah. We're all gotta go and see Lisa give her final speech.
Yeah, let's all do that.
Oh, cool. All right.